Hey, Danny.
Hey,
How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing? Is the audio doing okay?
I think everything is okay here. I don't hear any feedback.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
looking at things on Facebook and we're starting things on Instagram. So you can go ahead and put your uh, request in for me because we're doing
All
all the things
right.
tonight.
We're doing all the things.
All the
Okay, here you
things.
go. I was looking for your live notification. Um, all right, let me see how to put a request in. There we
There
go.
you are. I see you. Uh huh.
There we go.
And then you requested to be part of my live. Let me go ahead
I
and
did.
accept it. See view. Come on. There we go. Go live. So we're going to do all the most right now, Danny.
Yeah, we're gonna do. I wish I had my other phone because I could go live from Kinky Thought too, and I
Okay.
could just do
And let me
both at one time.
Now let's
But
turn you down on my phone.
oh,
You hear feedback?
yeah. Let me.
This is so funny. So listen, this is what we're doing. Okay, first of all, Danny and I are in the same building. We are live. Wait, what does T.S. Madison say? We are loud, live, and in color, and forever in color. I heard all the feedback
Absolutely,
at
forever in color,
Tri-
always
at
in color.
forever in color at Tri-Cities Tattoo Company. Now I'm hearing the feedback. Let me see what this is.
Okay.
I'm hearing the feedback on your phone, I think,
Yeah, I'm trying to get the volume to go down on my phone, but
because we have to hear each
I.
other. So Lisa's our quality assurance always. Lisa, how does it sound to you on Instagram?
What it is, I cannot get this phone to mute. That's the that's
That's
the
what happened with
problem.
Yada's iPad. It would not stay muted.
Yeah, that's the. This is
So
weird.
let me see here. Lisa,
I just
Lisa,
want my
tell us how
speakers.
it sounds. Or Yada, you tell us. Yada, put in the comments how it sounds to you. I know
Okay.
you're hearing us in the actual space, but it sounds fine to you? Good. Because there was one time there
Okay.
was an echo that was crazy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're gonna be doing double. Look, boom. There are more people at Look, the people that where there are more people get the love, and it looks like Instagram is winning. And I can see on Facebook, but people will watch the replay. So let's start from the top, right? My name is Kimberly Stewart Lucas, also known as Warrior Mama of Absolutely Divine Events, and we are here tonight in this space, Tri Cities Tattoo Company, East Point, Georgia, to have an artist talk and actually a makeup behind the scenes talk. And I am joined tonight with the lovely, the creative, the talented, the amazing, the innovative, the progressive, Danny B of
Hey.
Bronze Riddle.
How are
Oh,
you? Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me
wait,
reschedule.
listen, thank you for the idea of even doing this, right? Like, so we're running on Facebook Live, we're running on Instagram, on Bronze Thrills and Reclamation Project. And so yeah, we're doing the most. So if you guys want to tell your folks if they don't use Facebook, tell them to go to Instagram. If they don't use Instagram, tell them to go to Facebook or watch the replay. So
So are we on Facebook from the Reclamation page? Because I'm looking for that link.
no, for my personal page, because
Oh,
there are more
gotcha,
people that,
gotcha,
and the thing is, you don't
gotcha,
get a notification on the Reclamation profile page unless you follow it. So
gotcha.
I
Okay.
know people love me, but I don't have, I've got a nice number of followers, but it's so funny to find like when people start liking the page that were in the show 2018.
Hmm.
It's like, okay. So yeah, the personal page, this is running off of the my personal page.
Okay.
Um, yeah, so I wanted, let's just go back to the whole idea of even doing the behind the scenes, right? Where I had wanted my vision was for Melissa Thomas, Linda Costa, and myself, who were, let's just say, the conception part of the Reclamation Project, right? Like we, 2008, taking pictures in my living room. Everyone's heard the story. And then 10 years later, from those pictures inspired the Reclamation Project. In comes, now I know we've met before this, but in comes you and Melissa Alexander, AKA Phyllis Hiller. And I have to say that the exhibit was a success in itself. But leading up to the exhibit, this trifecta of Libras came together, you, Melissa Alexander, and myself. And really, I'm crediting the two of you because you were living in North Carolina at the time, weren't you?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was on mute. I think I'd moved back temporarily,
Okay.
maybe. I was,
Okay.
yeah, I can't remember.
This is the thing.
Yes,
I don't think
that
we
is.
went back and forth because at the
I
time
moved
we
back
had
temporarily. Yeah, because that was after the tree and everything had happened to my
after the
house. So
tree,
I didn't even have a home in Atlanta anymore. I was trying to figure out how to get back.
all those
That's
things
exactly
happened,
when that
right?
was. Hmm.
And then I remember, we had a conversation about you being a sponsor and you fill in the gaps if I'm wrong or whatever I'm missing. And we had I think we were maybe like 27 artists at the time. And I believe it was you because I don't think I would have ever like thought of this to ask you to do. But you interviewed every freaking artist,
Hmm.
either went to them or if they weren't here, like Linda, she sent her audio and you made a video. Brian, you weren't able to meet with him, but he gave you the footage and you chopped it up and made it right. Like,
Hmm.
where did that even come from, Danny? Like, if y'all don't remember, and we still, you have those, if you have access to those videos, we need to put them on YouTube or something.
Yes, yeah.
Where
I
did
still have them. They're on Instagram, but yeah, like corralling them in a place. Like there needs to be a reclamation YouTube channel.
and there's a
Actually,
playlist.
they're all
There's a
on
playlist on my.
YouTube.
Oh, they are. Oh Lord, but they're
Yeah.
on private. Okay,
I gotta check. I gotta check. I gotta
okay.
check.
Well, they're somewhere online. Where did that even come? I mean, you had, first of all, I had a calendar with every artist name written in it, right? And
Hmm.
for like every day, there was a new artist profile.
Hmm.
And you put together a schedule, a calendar, and you didn't miss, I don't think we skipped a day, like leading up to
It
the
was.
show.
Hmm.
It was like this. And then on the weekends is when Phyllis Iller would do her movie trailer like
Hmm.
video.
Hmm.
It's just, it set the stage in such a perfect way. I attribute the success of just the brand to what you all did, right? Like I said, the work was great and the purpose behind everything and all that, but that was one of the most amazing lead ups to something. Why'd you do it,
Well,
Danny? Why'd you do it?
that's what I do. I That's what I do. I do social media video, or that's one of the things I do is like social media videos, content. I love interviewing people. I love talking to people. I love talking to artists and creatives because I love understanding people's processes and people's
Mhm,
context. And I think
mhm,
with this work, especially understanding where people are coming from what paths people are taking as
Mhm.
they approach this work. What are, I mean, just like the question for this year of what are you reclaiming?
Mhm.
What are you personally reclaiming? Um, I think it's important to capture that, and especially this being a project that is occurring over time.
Mhm.
Um, Capturing that even in small, because there are artists that participated this year who also participated in 2019 and also participated in
Mhm.
2018. And so even um, looking at the difference between an artist statement now versus an artist statement 3 years ago, like what
Mhm.
does that look like? And then I work in video, and
Mhm.
my work is rooted in personal experience. So
Yes.
for me, it just translated like that personal experience piece transferred because that first year, I did the confessional, the Bronze Throats confessional booth,
Mhm.
and I was inviting people to do self-guided interviews, to interview themselves, to
Mhm.
answer their own
Mhm.
questions of what's my story,
Mhm.
because that's
As
what a
juicy as it
Bronze
could be.
Throat is based in. Yeah. So yeah, it just seemed like a natural progression to
Mhm.
capture those stories. Because yeah, that year I did the confessional booth and an
Mhm.
excerpt from a story,
Mhm.
with illustrations and layouts
That was
and
on the
all that.
hanger, right? So you
Yeah,
the
yeah,
woman that was did she have the sewing or she was on the phone?
yeah. She had this. The first year was the sewing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've been looking at these pictures for I've been looking at these pictures for a long time. And I know you've
Mm.
had access to the pictures for at least 4 years.
Then the second year was the phone. Was
That's
the image
okay.
with the phone?
That's right.
Yeah.
With the booth. Which I have to go. I'm gonna show all these things because 2018, amazing. 2019, the way in which let me do this right now. You talk about it. I'm gonna put you on camera on Facebook like this. Wait, like this. And you talk about while I pull up the picture for 2019 and the installation that you did.
The first one or the second one for
The second one,
2019?
2019,
So
yes.
that year I forayed into, I've been doing these video collages, is what I call them. I take archival footage of burlesque dancers, of erotica, of just these different bits and pieces of Black women being our sensual, sexual selves. And I was doing it to initially um, to celebrate women, celebrate Black women that we consider those like sexual, sassy, everything powerhouses. And that turned into like digging deeper into this archival footage. So I set up the desk of Ilnana Van Zant,
Mm,
as, and had some of those videos playing on. You would not believe that I had this like vintage 1960s TV
it's on the
just
screen. Can you
sitting
see
in the
it?
back of my car for years.
And I
And
just
I,
realized in this picture that's on the screen that Kelly ended up being in the show this year and sold her
yep.
piece.
hmm
She
She
talk
was in
about
the
full
show this
circle.
year. That's why I love this photo. She was in the show this year, and then Courtney's piece is
Is
hanging
behind it.
behind her. Yeah, and
Yeah.
she was in the show this year too. And so yeah, I just set up this experience. Had the video playing, and the telephone that Kelly is on in the picture. It was actually connected to a line, and so you
Hmm.
can pick it up and there's a dial tone and there's a number, there's a commercial, dial 707 thrills, it's still working, um, to leave your own sassy story. And so I'm working on, I put it down, took a break the past, honestly, COVID kind of like
Hmm.
just
Shut it
reshuffled
down.
everything. Yeah. And so I'm taking that audio plus what was left, like what's been left over the past few months,
Come back in. Okay, so I'm not sure what happened, y'all. I'm back on Facebook. Have Danny click again on Facebook, and I'm gonna go out and come back again on Instagram because I don't know what happened. That is so weird. I'm frozen there. How is she on Instagram? Did she see? Is she live on Instagram? Okay, there she is on. Okay, add the stream. Hey, Danny.
are we back? Do
Well,
I
what is
need to?
Instagram? Is it off on
Yeah,
Instagram? Let me go
maybe
out
I
on it.
need to rejoin.
You're fine on Facebook. So we've been live the whole time on Facebook. I'm gonna actually
Okay.
end because my Instagram still see me, but you're frozen. So I'm gonna end Instagram, and then when I
Okay.
start back, come back in. So one
Okay.
second. On Instagram, yeah, it was paused the whole time. So let me do this. Let me share that. And Facebook is seeing everything, right? Boom, boom, boom,
I
boom, boom.
think so.
It never stopped on Facebook.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me post this on Instagram. 'Cause I don't want to lose this video. That sucks. Okay. Hmm. Technical difficult. You know what? And it's my Instagram is doing something weird. It may be that we don't get it back on Instagram.
Oh
Instagrams.
man.
I know, right? It's
Oh
right
man.
now it's fooling. I'm just gonna post it. Let's see what happens. Okay, title required. Let me put that in, and maybe I can just get to going. Boom. Boom. It's still spooling. I have the title in there.
Can
The
you?
Instagram's doing
Oh,
the
it won't
thing.
let you end it.
So it's ended, but it's to the point now where you can post it. I want to share it now. I could have archived it, but I didn't. And so I'm on
Hmm.
the new post, and it's spooling the cover. So this is
Well,
what we're
we
gonna do. We're
can.
gonna go on Facebook.
Okay, because we can also try. Got two phones over here, one for the plug and one for the load, and I can go live on my
Do that, and
IG,
then you
and
can't
then
join
you
IG
can.
Live on a desktop, can you? You can only be your phone.
You right, 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 right.
Okay. So I don't want to lose that video
Oh,
we
and you
just
don't
did
have a
though.
phone with you. Got you.
Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I think it was not letting me do it without a photo cover. Let's try this. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, we're good. Okay, so I'm gonna try it again live on Instagram, and I'll put all the other particulars later. Like I said, details removed. The details removed. Okay, current. That's weird. Add. Start time. I don't want to schedule. Sorry, y'all on Facebook. This is gonna be so interesting. But this is what happens when you have grandiose ideas and then things happen at the time that they happen. Let's see, live video. I'm just gonna go live. Start. All right, and then if you see me go live on Instagram, just join in and we'll just finish the conversation. I'm gonna concentrate on Facebook though, because Instagram is
Okay.
doing the most right now. So I'm live on.
Okay.
I'm back live on Facebook. I mean on Instagram,
Okay.
and then
I
I
will
want you to
find you.
discuss what you're doing behind you, because for the people that are here in Atlanta and the surrounding areas, if you came to the opening, you saw an experience in the peep show booth. And I want Danny, I think she's preparing something behind her
Well,
that gives you,
I have a subtle, just a subtle peak of
okay, a peep, because you know, look, because you
just
know,
a subtle peak.
Facebook be it doing the most, or what's it called, Meta?
Right.
Mm,
Right. Meta. The metaverse.
there you go, I see you. Okay, just put in there you go. Let's do it. Let's start again. See if I can change the sound. Ooh. Ooh, we're back. Are we back? No, we're not yet. See, view, go live. There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, Danny.
There we go.
I forgot what we're talking about. I don't even remember. I don't remember. But
We were talking about installation. We were talking about the phone number,
yes.
calling, the stories. I think I had completed the thought
Okay.
on that. I think so.
Okay. Well, if for those that were at our Arts Exchange in 2019, it was an amazing. I think that was the favorite of the night. Everyone's work was wonderful, but to be able to sit at a um I almost like that wasn't it was at what would you call that? That's a the whole
At a
ensemble was what?
It was, I mean, it was an installation. It was an experiential.
But the specific like thing they were sitting down at was called what, like a not a counter. It was a
It was
what's
a
the
boudoir.
word?
It was
A
a
booth. That's it. Give it to me.
it wasn't a whole boudoir, but
It was though,
it
Danny.
was a
You had little samples of perfume and stockings and a boa and a full mirror and a television, a black and white television that was playing your Bronze Thrills videos. You know what? Can I wonder if I can play a video? Now, people on Instagram, I'm sorry, like the video that I'm about to play, I think I'm gonna try to play on Facebook, is available on the Instagram Reclamation art page and the Bronze Thrills page. It's my favorite, and I hope it runs through. I'm gonna try to play the Eartha Kitt one.
okay.
Okay, ready? Okay. So anyway, it was a experience, yes, but it was a boudoir.
It
What is a
was
boudoir?
it was a ladies dressing table.
It
Actually,
was.
I'm trying to.
Let me see if I can put it
Let me
back up. I
see.
want people to see this fabulousness that Danny created. The fabulousness.
There we go. That's probably better.
Mhm, mhm, mm. That's what we're talking about. And that's Kelly B, who's in the show right now. Okay, let me stop singing. So I'm gonna try to play the videos that see on the left side in the corner at the bottom was an actual black and white television that I don't know how Danny was able to hook a DVD player up to something that was created 40 years before the DVD player came out.
Magic. There was a lot of magic. There
Oh
was a lot of
gosh.
technical magic going on. I
It
set
was
up a whole
amazing.
telephony system that was connected to nothing.
Uh-huh.
All these things exist. All these tools exist. It's just a matter of figuring out how to execute them.
Yes. You are the Jill of all trades.
Listen,
Is that
that's what
what
I
is
don't
what you're
know any
saying?
other way to be.
What there was a message I just saw on Facebook that you posted about DIY. Like you're a
Yes,
DIY person, but you really please what
I'm a DIY
expound on
person, but
that.
I'm a DIY person, but I'm a professional though. Like I be knowing what I'm doing. And I don't knock anyone like putting DIY things together. That was
Hmm.
I have issues when it comes to like home decor and art because I'm an artist myself. It's like
Hmm.
sometimes you can just buy the art. Like sometimes you can just like appreciate the image and say, I want this image. I want
Mm-hmm.
the energy that this artist put into this thing. You do not have to always be trying to figure out what little pieces can I buy from the Dollar Tree or from Amazon, or let me get a can of spray paint. It's not just support artists sometimes. Like just
Boy,
support actual
and
artists sometimes. Actual artists and
sometimes.
craftspeople.
And can I just say, and you won't know what I'm talking about unless you've actually seen the video. So whenever I hold a pen since 2018 and watching your particular artist profile yourself, and you're talking about writing and you do this like it's masturbation. Whenever I hold a pen, I think about that. And you put sound effects to it too. When you, it's kind of like like this.
It is.
So if y'all want to
It's
see what I'm
true.
talking about, you have to scroll down on the Reclamations Art Show Instagram page and watch Danny's uh, artist profile that she did for herself in 2018. It's classic. And I'm frozen there. Oh, I'm gonna try to play this. It's my favorite. I mean, yeah, I've told you this before. I've got like a lineup. I've got my top three. I love all your videos, Danny, but I have a top three, and I'm gonna try to play it with the audio. Let's see how we can do this. And again, people on Instagram, you can go to Facebook to the Kimberly Stewart Lidges personal profile page. It's a little different on Facebook right now. So let's do this. I'm gonna go share screen and hopefully okay, share audio, share system audio, right? And then here, do, and then share, and then don't do yet, don't do yet. And then here, and I'm gonna play it that. Okay, so let me see if I can play it. And let me know if you can hear it. Oh, you can't hear it.
I can hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
You can?
Fuck you, thought.
Uh-oh, did it freeze up?
Oh, it froze up a little bit.
Heart knockers. I just I just love it. How you edited the whole thing. This part right here. Mm. Come on, Danny. Come on, Danny. What are we talking about? So my top three, just so you know, because I said top three. My top three are the Eartha Kitt, the Aretha Franklin, because you talk about how she actually sang a song about a dick appointment,
She does. She does.
and the Janet Jackson. Close
I love the Janet.
third and fourth would be the I'm gonna mess up her name. It's the Carmen de la, is it Carmen
Carmen
de
de la
la? She's
Village. De la,
yes, the
mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Holden's wife.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His wife, yes.
That one actually, I get takedown notices on that one all the time.
Really?
Because I think like I'm always, I think Instagram didn't totally remove it, but they shadow banned it, and part of it might be blacked out. Because, and that's the issue I always run into with some of the, because their filters are literally watching these little 10-second snippets
Clip.
of video footage, yeah, and
Well,
pulling, and that's part of what I like, the bigger thing of what I do,
mhm,
as far as imagery, as far as representation, as far as
mhm,
images of ourselves in
mhm,
multiple different capacities, because it frustrates me. It frustrates me that these images of ourselves barely exist,
mhm.
and where they do exist, they aren't controlled by us in a way that's accessible to us.
Yeah.
When you look at anyone who knows me, even remotely, knows my feelings on the jet. archives, the Johnson Publications
Mm-hmm.
archives.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like it's Getty is one of the most expensive um, licensing entities, and I've actually worked
Mm-hmm.
with them professionally, and I know that archive and
Hmm.
how difficult it is, and how restricted it is to use that archive. But and it's just not a thing that is accessible to the public and accessible to display and show and play with. And so I know that what I'm doing with like using these footages and using these bits and pieces and using these songs, and it's it's subverting the status quo, and it's reclaiming our media. Like you can't tell me that I can't look at this footage and find it and play with it and display and show people that it exists. Um, because the whole thing is looking at, for me, is looking at our past to write a future. It's a weird little concept of really it is, for me it's Afrofuturism. It's vintage Afrofuturism. Because I'm a collector. That's how this all started.
Coin
Just
that,
like, and that's
please. Vintage Afro
vintage
futurism.
Afrofuturism.
Y'all better
Because
get
just
with it.
like, and I think that that's why we aligned so much, as far as, I mean, that's how it started, right? You mentioned
Mm-hmm.
that you had this archive of Players magazines, and I collect black focused, vintage, nudie, girly
Mm-hmm.
magazines,
Mm-hmm.
because the media exists somewhere. And I'm finding it, I'm digging it out of these archives, I'm finding it on eBay, I'm finding it in these private collectors, I'm going to these flea markets and digging through people's magazines. And because to make a statement, to make it clear that this media exists. Um, and it started from this collection of Bronze Thrills magazine. Of
Mm-hmm.
these are stories that were primarily written by Black women, because unlike most of the well, I guess for context, for anyone who doesn't kind of know the history of Bronze Thrills and how this project started, um, Bronze Thrills was an actual magazine that was, I want to say I can't remember the date anymore. It used to be Negro World. It was purchased by a Jewish white guy named George Leviathan in
Mm-hmm.
Houston.
Leviathan. Okay, go
And
ahead.
yeah, and he shifted the magazine from being general news to being a
Mm-hmm.
confessional magazine. And confessional
Mm-hmm.
magazines was the term for them, was the most popular genre of magazine publication for the first half of the 1900s. They were
Uh-oh. Give me a second. Okay. Lord, I'm tripping out.
salacious, the closest thing to get. It was like kind of like a newspaper that exploded and into the 90s. But it was always
I'm
these
sorry.
real life stories that women were supposedly writing. But the most of them weren't written by women. Most of them were written by white guys, by these white authors who were just churning out these stories based on what they imagined, a male fantasy, imagining what women are thinking. Um,
So
the thing that
I'm gonna real
intrigued
quick.
me
You
about,
frozen on Facebook. I'm gonna take you out and bring you back in. Don't do anything. You're still good on
okay,
Instagram. Hold on one second.
okay,
Bring you here, and
eventually.
then one of my earphones just fell out. I don't know where it went. Okay, so your feed on Facebook is gone. So I'm gonna remove you, and then
Okay.
do you mind coming back in? I'm gonna do that all together. Remove, and then I don't want to kick you from the studio. Yeah, just go out and come back in on that. Because we're doing the most tonight. That's just. I don't hear you knocking on my door. Not yet. Look, I'm looking on Facebook. I can see it's like a 10-second delay, and whenever I do something to adjust, I'm doing it again now. When I do this, I do this. I do this. There you go.
Am I back?
You're back. Where is my earpiece? Gotta, I don't know. Help me find. Well, later on today, make sure I don't lose my earpiece because it's my left ear. I got these new what brand is it? Skull Candy, and I like Skull Candy because they used to be sponsors for my Needle to the Record DJ competition, and now you're spooling on Facebook. I mean on Instagram. This is a trick. Are we still live, Yada? Can you see it?
I don't know why that is giving us such issues today.
Maybe because we just have something going on, Danny. Now you're going on Instagram.
Now,
Okay, so we gotta make a choice.
did we fall off on Instagram?
We're off on. I'm still on Instagram. You came off on Instagram. You can try to join back in. Um, and
Let me
then we'll
try.
see where we. Because I'm feeling like I gotta choose now which one is more consistent. She said
Okay.
take pause, talking turns. So, talking turn. Okay, let me see. Listen, also it's a new moon. So there's new moon in
It is.
Scorpio.
There's a whole lot of.
Ooh, in Scorpio, a lot's going on.
There's a lot
So
going
let's
on.
let's just fast forward. Let's talk about where you are right now. I'm gonna mute myself because I can hear all kinds of echoes in my ear. What did you do for the Reclamation project? Is right now, 2021. The closing reception is next weekend, next Saturday. Tell us where you are right
Um. So right now, what I've created for this year is a peep show. It's a peep show with some content, with some racy content. It's a little peek into kind of the direction I'm going as far as the videos I'm working on, digging into some of the concepts that I'm writing about, that I'm collecting stories about and shaping those stories. What am I shaping those stories into? And I think working with working in video, um, and the experiential, the process of coming into a space and experiencing a thing, um, is what I hit writer's block with my stories, with my collection of stories, like a hard stop writer's block. And what I realized is the reason that I have this writer's block is because the stories I'm writing, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them aren't necessarily written stories, they're scripts. And so I've got to figure out what am I doing to, what's the next step for me? Like, do I start making porn? Do I start and it's not even just porn. It's these stories and these scenarios that lead to a sensual sensory experience that is from perspective, from our gaze, because for the most part, what we have available to us, there's a couple of outlets that are on a different wave, but as far as like what we have access to mostly, is not from an empowered, not from a Black woman's perspective. And so that is what I am feeling called to create and explore and dig into. Oh, because that was my other point about like why the title, like why Bronze Thrills, um, is like really like linked to me, because that magazine in particular, even though the magazine itself was owned by this white guy and it was for a black, mostly female audience, um, the story that was one of the only magazines that was actually run by and written by its black woman staff. So most of I actually found a notebook. It's one of my prized possessions. I paid way too much for it. Oh, well, no, I didn't pay too much for it. I paid a lot for it. And it is actually the archives. It's a notebook. The notebook that was on the table in the installation in 2019 is a throwback to it, because the actual notebook I have is there's a picture of it on the IG somewhere. But just by some miracle, I found this notebook that was the writings of an author who wrote short stories for Bronze Thrills and Hue magazine and for Soul Confessions. And it's all of her manuscripts. It's the letters of where she sent them in. It's her rejection letters, organized her acceptance letters, the checks, the canceled checks that Johnson Publications sent her back when she sold the story, and looking at her progress. Like, yeah, somewhere I may have posted a photo of the notebook on my personal. Yeah, it might be on my Kinky Thought. And Kim, for some reason, I lost audio for you um, on StreamYard. I'm not hearing you here anymore.
Because I turned it off.
But yeah, I think it might be on my personal Instagram, on my
Oh,
Kinky Thought Instagram that
okay.
I
And I'm going through the look. People on Facebook are getting the entire scale of the Bronze Girls page,
the
and
whole.
that's the thing about it. Each square, I forgot what the program used to be called, where you could like take a picture and divide it up into 9 or to 12 pictures or whatever. Each of these squares, like I'm looking at
Mhm.
Janet Jackson's eye right now, and now I'm looking at is that Bill, who's holding a script that says Bronze Thrills? Who is
That actually is Billie Holiday.
Billie Holiday? Yes, and I just
Hmm.
I need people to go to and you don't does your Facebook page reflect the Instagram page, or is the Instagram page like the main meat?
The Instagram page is more because I get so many takedown notices
Mhm.
on Facebook, and Instagram is sometimes a little bit more. So I just have I post everything on Instagram and then I shuffle it to Facebook automatically. And then I kind of play with I'm everything is moving eventually. Everything is moving off of these platforms we don't own, and going to a better platform.
Uh,
Actually,
and
I'm gonna
actually,
put
you
in the
and
StreamYard
yes,
chat real quick a link to
and
that
I can
post
put it
that
as
I
I can
mentioned.
put it as a caption when you do that. So I want everyone, if you're on Instagram, even if you're on Facebook, follow Bronze Thrills. But if you're on Instagram, I need you to put a note, put a pin in it, go follow Bronze Thrills, and to just spend some time with the content, right? It's very intentional, it's very
Mhm.
purposeful, it's very celebratory, it's very, uh, you know, birthdays are celebrated, and certain things are marked for certain reasons, but it is just it's a celebration, and this is what I think we why it all connects. you, being a Black yourself, have a love and a appreciation and an admiration for women, all that we. Who sent me that video today? I think it was Phil Tilley, and there's this brother. He's like, Black women are just, and it's an older video. I've seen it before. But he was like, he
Mhm.
couldn't get out how magnificent it is to be loved by a Black woman, to know a Black woman, have a Black woman with you, next to you, behind you, in front of you, like.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Hell yes. It's all the things. And doing these videos, like for me doing them, and some of them, like I'll start months at a time. It doesn't really hit me. Like it takes me a while to like finish and get into it. And because each one for me, the process of it is a meditation. Um,
yeah.
and I admit being inspired a lot by the art of doing collages. I have I have my love makes that are my like pop up vintage imagery collage thing, and this is just a an offshoot of that. It's putting that same concept into a different medium of it's a meditation because I have to sit and collect all these images. I have to go through these online archives. Sometimes I'm going to physical libraries and requesting content and taking these videos and like watching for a particular person. Like for Lil Kim, I'm watching every Lil Kim interview. I'm watching all her videos.
We talk about that real
I
quick,
have a
Danny. Talk about that real quick. I want to hear your take because I just you have such a I don't know how to describe your knowledge and your commentary on things. You just talk about how you feel. And I don't even know her. Is it Kimberly something something? What do you feel about the evolution of Lil with love?
I I adore Lil Kim so deeply. Um I always have. Like that was my and that's also my example of when people do the whole we're sexualizing our children with this music. Cardi B is tearing down young black women by da 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 da. Like I remember being 11, 12 years old and wanting nothing more than to like that was around the time that I was like understanding what sex even is and what that and so to me I was like, oh, this is power. Like this is like okay, I'm the shit. Like and this is what I want and this is what I'm going to go out and get. And I was always I've always kept it in the back of my mind developed into an adult. I want to have the sex she's having. I want to and it was never a thing where Lil Kim was making me jump into experiences because I had a mother and a grandmother that were I had these I knew the difference between entertainment and life, and I knew the difference between this is an adult life and this is my teenage life, which is very different. But when I get to that adult life, okay, let's talk about it.
So let me just say this. You just hit the nail on the head real quick. And I think you're still frozen on Instagram. You're doing like this. Um, that to me is everything. Like when I was, and I'm not sure if there's a big difference with younger girls today, right? When I was coming up and there was Madonna and there was Janet Jackson when she did, Some Days Tonight and, you know, Time Flies. I knew that was grown women doing that. We had Brandy, we had Monica. and this is dating me. You know, I'm 45. So they were teens. Okay, their Instagram students. They were teenagers, right? Can you hear
Lit.
me?
And
They froze up. Fart
you're
knockers.
frozen on IG and
I can hear you on IG. It's
StreamYard.
frozen on both.
Frozen on
Dang
both.
it! It just cannot hold all this graciousness, all this wonderfulness. Now I'm still on live on Instagram. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Danny, what you want to do?
I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on real quick. They gonna see one way or
You're
the
back
other.
on
Hold
StreamYard
on.
though. You're back on
I am.
StreamYard. So I think you're still
Okay,
on
so I'm back
Facebook.
on StreamYard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. You're frozen, and you're gone from Instagram too. Can y'all hear me
Okay.
on? You say we can hear, but both frozen. Maya said we can hear, but you're both frozen. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Do my hand geometry like this? Okay. What about Instagrams? Instagram, I still see myself and it says live. If someone that's watching, okay, I see you on Facebook now, Dan.
Okay.
How we
And I
do this?
requested.
Okay.
I re-requested on Instagram.
This is so funny. I just accepted it. There we go.
It's I don't know what's going on with it today.
It's doing too much. So this is the thing. That's what I felt about these Players magazines. Let me get this thought out. That's what I felt about Players magazine, right? My father didn't have them laying on the coffee table. It wasn't like everybody come look at these naked women. He had them in binders by the year in a file cabinet that was locked. So that was his way of keeping it separate, keeping it private, all of that, right? But when I picked the locks and got into it, it was like these women, like I knew there were grown women. I was now, my sister has, okay, you haven't heard the story. My sister, who's 6 years older than me, I think a friend of hers or neighbor of ours, came over to the house or something like that. Basically, my sister had showed the neighbor child poses from the magazine, and the little girl showed her mother, and then her mother told my mother, our mother. I don't think I was even born. I don't know. Maybe I think I was born. But so my sister got in trouble because she did the poses that she saw in the Players magazine. That I will leave for. I don't even know if I wish Donna would. She hasn't scheduled an interview because I'm closing that list tonight, y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? I got a lot to do next week, so if y'all gonna try to do an artist talk, schedule it now. But I would like to have that. I need to have a conversation with my sister about that because she has another video about that. But for me, I knew these were grown ass women. Like it wasn't like I was them, but I also felt like, oh, when I get older, it's okay to have hairy legs. Now I still went through my feelings and insecurities about being hairy because once it started coming out my legs and my arms and my vulva, it was a different story, right? But I still had this foundation of it's okay, right? Somebody like it, even though at the end of the day we know we should like it, right? I get that because there's a whole conversation of male gaze thing. But for me, it was like, oh, when I get to be older, I get to look like this, and it was not a negative thing to me. It was like, ooh, their teardrop breast, and ooh, you know, there's a little meat on her sides, and ooh, So to me, but it still wasn't exactly different. There might be some light marks on it. Your chest may be different color than your arms, and your face may. It just or that, like I said, the style of the hair. Now in the '80s, things changed. You would hit me to, and who is the author that did because you had hit me to a workshop or a webinar last year that she was doing, and she has a book about Black pornography and the women. Oh, yes. I need to get that book. You're muted on Facebook, honey. I can't unmute you.
Oh, my bad. It was
There you go.
Mary L. Miller Young, A Taste of Brown Sugar. Um, that was actually decorating during the opening reception. I had the book here, decorating the space because I just ordered it. I finally ordered it, and it came in. So I'm excited about
Really?
digging into that over the
Are you
next
gonna
few
be here for
weeks.
the opening?
I'm not. I'm going back to because I'm going back to Barbados at the end of the month after
What? I
Thanksgiving.
was wondering.
So yeah, so I need to get some visits and cuddles in with my grandparents in Colombia and Florence
Well, you gotta leave
before I go.
explicit instructions on how to run this thing.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm in here working on now.
I'm
Those
trying to figure it out
credentials,
now.
man.
So I can
Yeah.
go. All right. So where are we at? We are 3 minutes to 9, and I know we've been all over the place because of technology, and you know, I only want to apologize for it because this was a very ambitious effort, and I think we did okay.
I think we did all right. I think we really did all right. It was a lot.
It was. Is there anything that you would
So
like
I
to
think we did
share with the
okay.
people about what's coming up in your life?
Um,
We already said you'll be in Barbados, working on the beach with random dogs in your yard.
I am my employer um, has we've decided as a company. Shout out to the guild. Um, we've decided as a company to take the entire month of December off. So we are
Ooh,
off the whole month. And so
excellent.
I'm gonna have a hot girl winter with my best friend is coming to visit, is actually coming to
Wait,
Barbados for the month.
can I give her initials who I think it may be? Is it
Hmm?
SR?
No, no, not yet, not yet. I think that's gonna be
Cause look,
February.
when I saw y'all get together, I think wherever y'all were, I was like, trouble is a
I
brewing.
told her, first of all, when she steps off the plane, it's about to be bedlam. The airport is gonna fall into a shambles. And so I don't
Y'all have
know.
been
Like
warned,
the sky
Barbados.
cap's not gonna know how to deal with the situation. And I told her just be ready. Just be ready for anything, everything, whatever might go down. I'm preparing myself. I'm living in another place. I'm not even gonna be at the farm because I know
Oh,
that we need more access.
access to what, Daddy?
More access.
The
We don't need
access.
to be out on the East Coast. We need to be in the thick of things. Um
Into the thick of
so
it.
yeah. So yeah, into the thick of it. So I'm ready. I'm ready. She knows
Into
I'm
the
ready. Be
thick of it.
ready. But yeah, my one of my best friends from high school is coming for the month of December, and I think my mom is supposed to be coming too. So we are gonna
How is Lucy
have
doing?
a safe. She is doing well on her broken foot. But we are gonna have the best little hot girl winter we can have given the circumstances um, in for the month of
Gonna work
December, and
within the
also
confines of the world.
yeah, within the confines of the world, we're gonna figure it out. And so I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about taking the time to like just do art, just like work on art and explore and write and do some more editing and just see what I come up with and play with all those audio stories. Um, do maybe do some animations. I don't even know. But yeah, I'm
Good
excited
thing.
about like having the time and the spaciousness to dig into
Outstanding, Danny. Um,
that.
do you need a refill?
Hmm. Oh, do I need a actually
I said, do you
actually
need
I
a
do.
refill?
Oh,
Okay. So what we're gonna do is we are at 1 hour and 1 minute and 13 seconds, and we have done
okay.
our hour. And I
We've
hope,
done our hour.
I think there was some meat here. There was some goodness here. People got to see
There
Brian's
was.
Grills, and they got to see the journal, and they got to see and understand why you. Oh, you got something to say? What?
I do. I have an announcement. I have an announcement. Um, I've teased them on Instagram. But I do have some products coming up for the holidays. I have the Big
So
Mama
it's good. It's a
thing,
go.
the mug. It's good. It's a go. It's a go. I'm putting the shop up. I'm putting the shop up. Things to get clicking. So I have some
Good.
products, and I also have. I have been compelled to do classes because most people who know me in social capacities probably know that I've been a phone sex operator for the past few years, which is the whole Ilnana Van Zant person. I'll fix your life. Um, I so I do. I haven't done that in several months. Like I took a slowdown during COVID and like looked in my bank account that I keep just for that. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, there's money in here because my devotees have just been sending me things. And I have content that people are still purchasing. And I'm like, that's passive income. Look at this. So
Look what you've done,
I've
Danny.
been,
Look what you've done.
yeah, yeah. So I've really been putting a curriculum together to teach because I didn't really I had certain avenues that but you can't really learn it until you jump into it. But it's nice to have someone to hold your hand while you jump into it. So I'm working on some courses to help because it's really about getting into your own thing and what makes you feel good because it can be so draining and you are a black woman operating in a really I'll admit it in a white male dominated space that you can definitely like be pushed and pulled into doing some stuff that isn't even that doesn't feel good. And I think a lot of people go into it with I got to make this money so I got to make it this way and cater to this particular side of the fantasy and this particular power dynamic. But my power dynamic is very much I say what I want to say. I do what I want to do. And I do it as I enjoy it. And I do very much enjoy dominating white men and their wives and girlfriends. So
Is Dave still out there?
um,
And his client? They are getting all of it. I hope y'all are enjoying this, Dave and your client.
and not just white men. This is it's I mean that has been the thing that over like I don't fuss with people on Facebook anymore because I don't argue with them for free. Like y'all want to argue, y'all want to fuss and fight. It's $2.99, $3.99 a minute. Like I raise the rate as I do as I feel like.
Well, TS
Actually,
says
my rate
this.
right
My
now,
nails, my nails aren't
right
long enough.
now,
My nails aren't long enough.
right now I'm at 3.49 a minute. That's where I do customs. I can argue with you till the cows come home. You pay me $5 a minute, and I'll
The price
put
went
it
up.
for you. Because I'm tired of tearing these fools down for free, and y'all enjoying it. Y'all like getting dragged, saying crazy stuff to me.
I do
Um,
enjoy a drag.
so
I
yeah,
do
I'm
enjoy a good
doing.
drag. Sorry. I may have to
You
put
got
in
to
the
pay
collection
me
plate
for these
because
drags.
that. And I have noticed it. It's interesting you say that because it's like she doesn't drag as much as she used to. Because you used
Oh
to
no,
like
oh no, because I am tearing these men up all night. I I get to say whatever I want. They love it. So yeah.
And on that note,
I'm doing my class.
So you know that we will share and we will plug and whatever capacity you need to be in to facilitate what you do, and please let me know. Uh, this has been an hour and 6 minutes of the artist talk for the Reclamation Project for She Who Is with Danny B. I say your government. I'm sorry.
You can.
It's very.
My last name.
It's very.
My name is my name. My name is
It's
my
very
name.
caring. It's very dynasty. It's dynasty for me. It's bird. The champagne is bird. It's very, very dynasty for me. Very Diane Carroll. I say Danny Brockman. But that's who I'm speaking to tonight. And if you would like to be part of the experience of the Reclamation Project and to sit in the Peep Show booth at Tri-Cities Tattoo Company, you will bring your stuff. First of all, your RSVP at midnight on the 6th, Saturday. And then you'll choose a time because it is metered. You can't have all y'all in here at one time.
Everybody at one time.
And then you come on the 13th and you experience all this amazing artwork from this place. Like it is, and this ain't just to get you out. Like it speaks volumes. There were some people that came in here on the 23rd that had this energy, right? A couple people felt it. Like there, you could tell the creeps that come out, right?
Mm.
And the divine feminine energy in the space is so strong that those dudes could not stay. Nothing was said to them specifically, but the energy was so strong that it pushed them out. Like it was like it wasn't gonna work, y'all.
Right.
Just wasn't. So
yeah, it's
you know,
not. It's not for you. It's
the
not for that.
Project, you come to celebrate Black. Now, if you're smooth enough to get a number or two, I'm not blocking, but you come to enjoy the beauty. You come to respect the artists that are here, that have created, that have expressed, they're sharing like what things mean to them as being a Black woman, especially these last couple of years. That's what this experience is about. It's experience. I mean, you know, artists that have been part of each show have said this is a very different feeling of like this exhibit is just link the RCP link goes live on midnight. So there's all the different links that are here. I don't even know if I'm tired.
It goes midnight tonight.
Midnight, not tonight, on the 6th.
Oh, so, on the 6th. Okay.
So
okay.
The 5th, there are a couple people that get a little extra privilege on the 5th, but you had to be in the system for that. But for everybody else, at midnight on the 6th. That doesn't mean Saturday night. People get all that confused. I'm talking about midnight. When Saturday starts, that's when the link goes live. When Saturday begins, people always get nervous. Anyway, govern yourself accordingly. I appreciate you, Danny, on here on Facebook.
I appreciate you.
For everyone that's watched, people that watch the replay, there'll be actually 2 videos for Instagram. I appreciate you, Danny, and we will see you.
I'll try to get them together. I'll try to like mush them into one video. I give it a shot.
Okay, we're done. I appreciate you, y'all. Follow Ron Thrills. Follow Reclamation Project. No, actually, it's Reclamation Art Show on IG. You can also follow Reclamation Project on Facebook and all those things. So thank you for joining us. And I'm going to end Instagram first, like, and then I'm going to end on StreamYard, aka Facebook, like this.